Warrior Oracle. Let's get some guidance for the collective. You know how we do. Guidance for the collective. Guidance for the collective. Let's do a Celtic cross. This is the Queen of Wands. Her back. She is crossed by the King of Wands front. Two fire elements, the male and the female in the highest elevation of fire. This is probably a relationship or a couple, a Leo couple, an Aries Leo, a Sagittarius Leo, you know, one of those three fire signs. This is a couple. This might be quite specific. Could be an Aries, or it could just be two fiery individuals, two ambitious individuals. The Nine of Swords at the foundation. So there is upset, sleepless nights. Somebody is very disappointed and sad about this situation. So the Queen of Wands is probably sad and upset about this King of Wands. Losing sleep over this King of Wands. She is. The World in the past. So there was an ending in the past. There was an ending in the past. There was a completion of the cycle. You have the four elements in the circle. There was an ending in the past. This Six of Cups. Yes, so this Queen of Wands is thinking about love in the past, or a child, you know. I mean, it's maybe about a child, or it could be about a past lover or somebody from her past or from her childhood. So this Queen of Wands is thinking about this King of Wands. Maybe they knew each other for a long time, or they had kids together. This may be, you know, childhood sweethearts that are, you know, developed a relationship in older age, and now there's some form of upset going on, or there's some form of ending. This King of Wands could actually be in the past now because of this ending. Let's see for the future position. For the future position, we have the Nine of Wands. So there'll be a guardedness about this. Somebody's defending something, or will be defending something, or somebody will be defensive or is defensive. So there will probably be more conflict. There's probably not a meeting of the minds going on between this Queen of Wands and this King of Swords right now. Maybe this King of Swords is the one that's defensive against this Queen of Wands. You know, because she's crossed by the King of Wands. So maybe this Queen of Wands is, you know, the Queen of Wands could be defensive as well, because a lot of the times when we're in relationships with somebody, especially if we're in a relationship with them for a long time, we don't want to admit that we're wrong in anything, and, you know, we turn to defensiveness, and, you know, ego doesn't do a good job of keeping a relationship together. So, how you feel in this situation? The Six of Pentacles. So you're probably sharing resources. You know, these resources could be friendship, family, care and nurturing, or money, or food, clothing, and shelter. But you feel like you're sharing whoever you are in this situation, or this Queen of Wands, or this King of Wands. Sharing resources. There's a sharing of resources going on. And other people around are thinking about the King of Cups, right? So people are seeing the situation as a loving situation, you know, or there's a man in the situation who's very loving, very nurturing, very understanding, very patient, very romantic, you know. a family man. Um, so there's probably an illusion going on here. Or maybe this man is another man outside of the relationship. Yeah, so maybe this Queen of Wands is, seeing somebody else, and everybody knows it, and that's why she's crossed by this King of Wands. But that doesn't actually have to be the case as well. This could just be a symbol of deep meditation, deep understanding, deep compassion, deep love. So people around you, whoever this may be, sees deep love and deep compassion, or they see another man. My first initial instinct is to say that it's another man in the picture. What you need to learn is the Knight of Pentacles, right? So the Knight of Pentacles is being still and contemplating his resources. He doesn't make moves quickly. He thinks about everything before he does it, right? As you see, he's a knight. He's one of the swifter cards in the deck besides the Chariot, yet he's not moving at all. So this denotes that someone is patiently thinking in concentration and contemplation, and is not going to make a move unless they're 100% sure that that move is correct. So that's what you need to learn. You need to be patient and be more observant and less fiery and less reactive. Okay, and the outcome. Let's see for the outcome before we start clarifying these cards. The outcome is Temperance. Yeah, so this is also a card of patience. Another card of patience, but this is defensive patience. This is patience by virtue of the element. This is patience by virtue of the element as well, not moving, thinking, contemplation. And this is patience. This is Temperance. This is, controlling our emotions, controlling our thoughts, transmuting the negative into positive, and vice versa if necessary. So Temperance is definitely patient and spiritual. That's mixing the inner and the outer world. So being able to transmute energies, change energies from one, how do you say, one frequency to another, maybe like that. Yeah, but the Temperance is a card with somebody who's not going to be upset, who's not going to be angry, who's going to be in control of their emotions. And if they experience negative emotions, they'll be able to transform them into positive emotions, like turning grief into fear, or turning anger into joy and kindness, and whatnot. I'm not going to clarify each card. I'm going to give a guidance card from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha deck. Let's give guidance from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, because this basically looks like, there's a... Let the card speak. I don't want to say anything, and there are the energy, y'all. Steadfastness. Okay, let me read Steadfastness for you guys. Number 32. Steadfastness. Do not waver back and forth or be moved by circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Yeah, so be temperate, That the outcome is temperance, so maybe you're gonna be forced to be calm, which is a good thing. Be focused on your purpose and unwilling to be swayed by what other people think of or by what you perceive. So this is what you perceive, and this is what other people perceive. So it's saying don't be swayed by that. That's interesting. So maybe this King of Cups is probably trying to seduce this Queen of Wands, but this King of Wands is crossing it. So maybe maybe this King of Wands is this Queen of Wands probably wants this King of Cups, but also has attachments to this King of Wands, and is worried, sick about the situation. So there was probably an ending in the past with this King of Wands and this Queen of Wands, and you know they're still thinking about each other, or maybe they have children together, but in the future they probably won't be getting back together. They're probably going to be defending their positions, or there was some violation in the past that caused this lack of sleep, or this despair, and they're just not healed from that. They're still sharing, so there's still communication. Communication and sharing. So they're probably taking care of a child together. There's probably a child in the picture, and there's a King of Cups in the picture. So this King of Cups could either be, that this King of Wands is being loving and nurturing and forgiving, or there could be another man in the picture. But whoever this is about, the guidance is that they need to move slow. You need to move slow. You need to think about what you're doing. Don't move too quick, and be tempered. Don't be angry. Don't be upset. Don't be depressed. Don't do revenge relationships and rebounds and stuff like that. Stay within yourself. Your higher self, that star there. Go within your higher self. You're never alone. God is always with you. Dwell in your higher self. Be temperate. Don't be emotional. Don't be reactive, and be steadfast. So. Be focused on your purpose and unwilling to be swayed by what other people think or by what you perceive. Ganesha heartens you by revealing that when you know your effort is not futile, you will be steadfast and immovable. This seems to be a major stumbling block in your life at this time. Perhaps your current job gives little recognition with no real sense of accomplishment or success, so you may be bored in your relationship. You may feel unheard in your relationship. Possibly the error lies in the fact that in your heart, you really feel your struggles is hopeless. You may recognize it on an intellectual level, but you are easily shaken when you do not see the fruit of your exertion. Ganesha is pictured here riding the elephant and to engage in the energy of the elephant spirit. Elephants can teach you that kindness, dedication, and communication in relationships is very powerful. They remind you that it is necessary to keep relationships alive, trusting and loving, whether the relationship is with friends, family, or a partner. Deeply faithful to all creatures with which they have relationships, elephants are tough when protecting others and gentle when nurturing them. The matriarch, the oldest, most experienced female leader of the herd, leads in a way that is both gentle and inclusive. Elephants are able to communicate telepathically. When you draw this card, your ability to truly listen to others is enhanced. Do whatever is necessary to safeguard your resolve. You are receiving guidance that this is the time to dig in. Remain focused and do not get caught up in trying to create a change. The energy in your job or relationship is changing. Ask Ganesha to commit to bring you the strength to work through what is happening. Stay committed on track. Do not give up. As change will show up soon and the situation will be transformed. So this is change and transformation, right? Internal change and internal transformation, not letting the external environment dictate our internal environment, and keeping our internal environment still and calm, so that when the external environment changes, which it will and which it always does, that you'll be ready to take the opportunity, or let's say the bull by the horns. So this pretty much is clarifying what we were saying here. Maybe there's boredom between, or lack of communication between these two, and despair, and there's an ending in the past, and maybe they have children together, but it was saying to be open, be communicative in your relationships and in business or at your job. And in the future, it looks like these individuals will still be defensive. They probably won't be communicating, although they'll be sharing. One of them or both of them will be sharing. So that's what makes me think there's a child involved. And there's a King of Cups here, a very loving person, or a strong, loving energy if this is not a person. That's what everybody sees, so they probably are seeing this sharing situation, this child is taking care of this child situation, but they don't actually see this despair. So there's, this Queen of Wands is in despair, crossed by this King of Wands. So the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, or whoever's involved in the situation, you need to sit down, you need to think clearly, meditate, contemplate, think clearly, and stay calm and temperate. Warrior Oracle.